Hello everybody, welcome to the artclasses.com. This is a critique and paint over video tutorial. So the one on the left side is the one that my student paint, and the one on the right is the one that I give a critique and paint over for the paint over session. So if you're my patron, you will get the full video of it's almost an hour, but on YouTube I'll show you the first 10 minutes and the last 5 minutes, but you learn something, and doesn't matter how short. And if you want to become my patron, I usually upload the paint over video on Saturday, but last Saturday I upload the unboxing the XP pen, so I didn't want to upload multiple of them on the same day. So now on Tuesday, this is Tuesday, right? Tuesday usually I upload something. Now I just upload this instead tonight. And again, if you want to take class with me, just go to theartclasses.com. The link is down below under the description of the video, or you can click on the top right corner, and then it will lead you directly to my website, so you can register there, or you can just email and register with me directly. Pretty much the same thing. So in here I correct a bunch of stuff like proportion first, and then the lighting, as I will explain to you in the video. Alright guys, let's get started. The character design without the surrounding background usually will have a very typical lighting, which is kind of like a natural from top, front, a little bit rear left or rear right, depending on which shoulder is facing us. So here I'm gonna get rid of the shadow, and the shadow should be like shooting the back. So the shadow that you will have probably be more, if the light source is correct. If you have this look like you coming from the side, which is, I would prefer that it coming from the top, front, and down, a little bit to the right, so it's a little off. And if your light source coming from here, then your shadow should be there, right? And then fade out. And if the light source coming from whatever I'm trying to fix it here, then the light source, your shadow should be off to this side a bit and falling over and shorter actually. So there's a light source, and I'm gonna get rid of the shadow for now, so that's easier for me to, because the shadow is kind of wrong in this particular lighting. That should have a little bit, not totally from the side, you should have a little bit of angle, 45 degree. And then here a little bit. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this out. Oops. I'm going to make the background a bit brighter. Okay, that should be okay. Alright, so I'm going to fix the proportion first. Turn this off. The arm should come in a little bit. So basically, maybe I should draw it out. That would be your back, collarbone, rib cage. This will be front. That will be spine, pelvis, waistline, rib cage, and then there, and you will kind of stand. One leg should always, like if you look at it, one leg will be straight and the other one should be kind of relaxed. Most of it straight down, this is more weight, and the other one have less weight. Yeah, kind of similar, straight and then relax most of the time, not always though. This one has two straight, but then one is, you can totally see the distribution of weight. This one has more weight and this one a little more relaxed, even though it's kind of straight. So gonna kind of do that. So here we're gonna make this one straight, and this one's a little more relaxed, so you can bring this out a little more and kind of have a relaxing feet coming front there. And then the arm socket, shoulder socket should be here, so the arm would be around here somewhere, not too far. And if you draw like the cylinder line, it should be like inside, and this will be your pecs muscle, and then the arm will come underneath it, and then front deltoid, and come down here, and then your elbow should be right at the end of your rib cage, and then it's come down. Class.com and take class with me. I still got email from you guys say if I'm still offering class. You can always go check at theartclasses.com, and then you have digital painting 101 group class and character design 101. Usually it's a small group, so usually I get to cover everyone. And then you have 8-week courses, which is a one-on-one course. So if you click there, then you can click on this video and see if what the course is all about. And we have one-time payment or in installment, and then you check out how it works. Usually, you know, you get a video lesson and then you work on your assignment, and you come back onto the live class on a weekly basis, and I will give you feedback and paint over and see what you have to improve on. Here are some of the student work that currently enrolling, right there, right one, and then Kyle stuff, and then you see a bunch of people there. So if you are in class, you will see be able to access this group and with all the students there. Or you can click on the review, student review or student artwork. If you click on student artwork, you see the artwork that I handpicked from the previous student that student that already graduate from my class. And you know, you can see week 1, week 4, week 2, week whatever, how improvement they made. And you can go to the student review and you can read on all the review there, right? And now if we are going to do cloth, then this one has to only that light, because cloth doesn't usually give it a highlight. And then this part has to be lighter sort of also, until it goes all the way up to shadow. Then it's gonna have that shadow. Shadow shouldn't be that dark. It's gonna still be that value 33. Then you might have some wrinkle, unless it's metal, then you're gonna have that much of a highlight. So I'm just gonna make it red first, and I'm gonna make that yellow part later. So this version is just going to be cloth, and then if I have more time, I'm going to show you like how it would be if it was metal. Then that would be kind of darker there. Because that side would be more shadow. Then this be a darker red, and as it come down here, you're gonna have more that red. Just 2 value or 3 value should be sufficient enough to make cloth, and this should pull down as, because the cloth doesn't go around, just hang off of that, right? So there, and then you have some wrinkle on the side, just get those wrinkle or folding first before you start adding detail. Then that should hang straight. If it was cloth, you can make a curve, but I usually prefer it kind of straight, and the fold usually be like more like this, vertical rather than horizontal. Gonna make it kind of darker in the bottom. Side, little shadow there. And shadow folding. And some folding on the side here. There, then some folding. Alright, then you're gonna have to kind of play with the edges over in the bottom. So this will be shadow, and then light again on top. Right, so if this was all cloth, that's how it should look. And then on the yellow part, you have to have cutoff between light and shadow on the yellow part also. And this, I'm gonna add some skin color inside. Alright, go back to cloth again. Okay, so and these gloves, I'm not sure if you want it metal or you want it to be cloth. Usually gloves are either leather. I guess you could have cloth also, yeah, as a glove. So I'm gonna add color on the gloves, probably like this year high. If it's cloth, then little light come there, light. Then you can add shadow. It's connected. And shadow on this side. Some wrinkle usually happen on the joint. I'm gonna add some light. and light. Shadow. Wrinkle. Gotta lighten this shadow up a little bit so it doesn't get way too dark, because it's only a little shadow there. Then he's facing up to get more light and more wrinkle around the wrist area. There we go. Okay, and then make this sharper edge there. This should be slightly lighter a bit. And add some small tiny bit of shadow. Okay, so now we got okay, another gloves here. I'm gonna use this value because it's closer to this area, and then just apply the light there, and then shadow, some wrinkle, and then thumbs, fingers, all right. So now we have the cloth or fabric. Alright, here's the final result. Actually, it was kind of a bit darker, but I use level upon image and go adjustment level to lighten it up a little bit to bring the light onto the character more. But it's entirely up to you what kind of, if you want a little bit darker lighting or a little more overcast light or a little brighter light, entirely up to you. It depends on what you want. Alright, again, if you want to take class with me, or go directly to theartclasses.com, or just become my Patreon. If you post your artwork, I usually do it like once per term. So, and it depends on if I hit the milestone, then I usually will do the paint over. And you get tons of video tutorial if you're on level 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright guys, well,